Greetings, Motor Out Life, friends and family. I've been thinking about doing a bit of different videos. Talk about our bikes, me and Jeannie's. When we got them, how we got them, why, and kind of show modification, things we've done to it, our thoughts. So this one is going to be the first one, and I decided, hey, why not do that with my monster? That's what I call her. That's the Triumph 1200 Rally Explorer with the very nice 21-inch front wheel. Lovely motorcycle, one of the most comfortable bikes I own. It's got an 8.7, 8.8 gallon tank. It's huge. It takes you very long distances. Super smooth transmission, super smooth quick shifter. So I don't want these videos to be about reviewing the bikes, nor comparing to others. It's really just talking about one specific bike. But unfortunately, the question I get from everyone is, hey, you have a Ducati Multistrada, which is right there, and you have your 1300 GS, and which one's better? And I'm gonna give you guys the most cliche answer there is. They're all good. They're all have their pros and cons. They all do what they do the best. And the 1200 Rally is right there with the rest of them. I wanted to purchase a 2023 and it was ready to do so. But the manager of my local dealer here, shout out to my friends at Sun, Colorado Springs Power Sports. And he said, wait a minute, I think I can put you on a 2024 and get you an even better deal. Plus at the time they had the free bags. As you can see, I got the free Triumph bags and some really good incentives. Of course, this was last year in 25, so it was a 2024 and they wanted to sell it. And I was like, hey, I'll look into it. The bike just replaced was a Triumph Speed Triple. I really like my Speed Triple, but I'm getting to an age here where those bikes are not as comfortable anymore. Now that, on the other hand, is an all-day riding comfortable motorcycle. So, yeah, I got 3,300 miles on this bike. Original Carew Street tires are still on it. And if I have to pick one thing I don't like about the Triumph Rally Explorer 1200 is the TFT. I think Triumph is light years behind the rest of the manufacturers on TFTs. They've got to do a better job with that, because otherwise they build such great motorcycles. But those TFTs, man, they're rough. So I'm gonna stop right here, grab my phone, and we're just kind of gonna do a little bit of walk around on a bike and things I changed, what I've done, and just kind of give everyone that idea. So again, these videos are not about comparison. They're not about reviews. I'm not reviewing the bike. I'm not going to give you a bunch of specs on it. You want to get specs on it, go to the website. It is really just, a walk around me and Jeannie's motorcycles. And here's the Rally Explorer 1200. This is a 2024. It comes in the beautiful matte green with a white frame. I really wanted that color combo, and I think Triumph just really nailed it. Love the crash bars are just well done. They're I think positioned real well on the bike. And of course the Rally Explorer comes with the fog lights as well, which are very nice at night, by the way. I think the contrast of the Showa suspension there looks kind of good too in gold. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, I got these bags, was part of the deal. They're absolutely huge bags. I recently took a 9-day trip with this bike and I carried all my clothes in here. I don't usually carry that many clothes on a trip, but they just completely swallowed everything I threw at it. So if we walk up to the cockpit and talk a little bit about this. So I purchased the round bar here on AliExpress so that I could mount my very trusty motor pumps adapter with, of course, the Garmin Zumo adapter. And of course the cable's running behind here, down through there and under the tank. This is a very difficult bike to run any wires through. Triumph did not give you a lot of gaps to do so, but my bike came with a recall from the factory to replace the fuel sensor, which means that tank had to come off. And when they told me that, I said, hey, would you guys run that cable for me? Which, by the way, shout out to my service guys at Sun Colorado Springs Power Sports. They just didn't even hesitate, didn't even think twice, took the cable from me and ran it. I have a Thunderbox underneath the seat. Huge believer on a Thunderbox. Protects your electronic device and of course protects your bike. So that GPS wire is running into that. And of course my trusty Zumo just plugs right in there. So I absolutely love it. Segue into my quad lock. Cannot live without my quad lock. It's on every one of my bikes. I used the claw, it was easier to do. I had to really be careful positioning this here because of, the phone hitting the GPS there. So I, had to put it in a specific spot. So cable runs through here, kind of winds around here. The reason I have this unplugged is Triumph, on all of its wisdom, left this completely open, and there's power on at all times. So I said, why keep drawing power? So I leave it unplugged. I got this. It's the Triumph Flip part number. It's just absolutely changes the whole game from the wind noise for me. It's fantastic. So, and then the other thing I did to the bike is this is the BMW 1250 SW Motec tank ring. It's the same part number for the Triumph. So I put this here from my old 1250s that I traded. And of course, my trusty SW Motec bag just locks right in place. I love to have a tank bag for wallet and things like that. So yes, that's it. Those are the changes I made to my 1200 Rally Explorer. Lovely motorcycle. And if you have any questions about things, please put in a comment and I'll try to answer those. But that's it. That is my 2024 Rally Explorer 1200. Thank you.